Chapter Highlights segment of the 97th Annual California FFA Leadership Conference, where we celebrate the outstanding achievements and exciting moments from our California FFA chapters. I'm your host, Emmy Merrow. I am a first-year Ag Comm student at Cal Poly. From leadership development to hands-on agricultural experiences, this segment shines a spotlight on the hard work, dedication, and passion of our FFA members. Join us as we share the inspiring stories and accomplishments that are shaping the future of agriculture and empowering the next generation of leaders. Please welcome the Pioneer Valley FFA chapter from the South Coast region. State your name and your grade and how long you've been in FFA.
Hello everybody, my name is Andrea Cuevas and I'm a senior and this is my 4th year in FFA.
What is up? My name is Lucas Rodriguez. I am a 9th grader and this is my first year in FFA.
Awesome, I'm Mr. Ponce. This is my 16th year as an ag teacher there at Pioneer Valley along with the other 5 ag teachers that we have.
Awesome, great. It's great to have you guys here. So how has being part of FFA helped you grow as a person or just in general as a student?
Yeah, well that's a really good question. I would say that just FFA brings so many opportunities for students. I know that personally I've learned to have a passion for leadership within FFA and now I have a career path because of FFA. I want to go into agriculture education and hopefully come back to my chapter to teach and possibly be the leadership teacher there. It's just there's so many things that FFA brings, and I can say that our chapter does a really good job with bringing in family-like aspects and giving a lot of students opportunities.
Absolutely.
Well, this is my first year, but I think for me, definitely evolving my knowledge around FFA, not just about our crops and stuff, but our livestock and just what the state has to offer. I mean, just from when I started in my local ag leadership class, I didn't know I was going to be doing creed and opening closing, and then now here at state conference, I mean, this is like this is crazy. And I definitely want to go into ag education as well, hopefully teach at my local chapter, and yeah, just spread the kindness and leadership that I'm trying to develop in my next 3 years at high school and show others, just like my former person said.
And as for you as an advisor, what was it FFA that made you want to become an ag teacher, or what exactly was it that made you want to continue to teach the younger generations?
I mean, absolutely. I was just thinking as they were talking, 28 years ago is when I stepped into my first ag science classroom back at Santa Maria High School and got to be an FFA and enrolled and being involved, which kind of showed me everything that I needed as far as kind of like Andrea said, as far as wanting to become an ag teacher. Showed sheep, raised livestock judging, and FFA traveling. I've been to 28 straight state FFA conferences. Haven't missed one since my freshman year, which is crazy to see that change throughout times. I'm aging myself, I know, but it's been a lot of fun seeing what FFA can do, and obviously student lives, as everyone knows, and I'm just now on the other side of things and not in an FFA jacket, but I get to kind of live through them and obviously give them experiences and opportunities that kind of they have, and let them see what this big world can do.
Absolutely. That's insane.
Isn't it crazy through Cal Poly, Modesto, and being here as a presenter at Expo and all the workshops that we do.
That's amazing.
Cool.
That's
He didn't
amazing.
mention though, but he was a state officer.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Yes, that was a while ago.
Wanted
yes,
to brag
ma'am.
a little.
Yeah. Can't forget about that, Mr. Ponce.
What was the most exciting thing that your chapter has accomplished in this past year?
I would definitely say our PBFFA 5K. This year we started making it a sectional event, which brought more students in, and it really made the whole experience way 10 times better. Usually our 5K is something that we do that we're able to have as a tradition and kind of get people who are outside of FFA to really see what we are about and how big of a family we are. I know we get a lot of people who are shy and don't really do a bunch of competitions or try to go to our meetings, but when it comes to the PBFFA 5K, they always try their best and win a medal.
I was reading about that actually. That is very cool. Can you explain to us what exactly it is and what the reason that you guys do have your 5K?
Mm-hmm. So usually we have it because of our FFA week. We like to start off with a good event to really kick off FFA week. Usually we have sign-ups and have people who are not in FFA and in FFA sign up so they get a chance to run the 5K. It's just around our school block and everything, and it's just to get our community involved. We don't. It's not only for students, but it's also for maybe parents or maybe other adults as well.
Yeah, and shout out to Mrs. Guerra. Her passion was
Oh,
running
yeah.
and doing all the marathons, and so she was the
Yeah.
one who kind of took the lead on starting our 5K, and she would run through Giant Stadium, and she would run all over the place. And so she brought her passion into doing it into an activity that's grown into, I think, over 150 kids, guests,
Wow.
parents kind of show up to
Yeah.
this event. So it's pretty cool.
That's amazing. That's also really cool that you guys allow other people, obviously outside of just the chapter kids, to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, to add on what they said, I mean, it's about the community. I mean, we have top 3 for ag kids, non-ag kids, and advisors. And like he said, Miss Guerra leads it. I think it's because she wants the first place medal, because she always seems to win it. But she's also brought her son, which is my cousin, Basil Guerra. He has done the giant runs with her too. And it's just the passion that they've had. And goes back to my grandpa, who's been a runner and has done the cross country and all around the giant runs. And it brings fun into it. And it's not just about who wins. It's about running together and getting the experience. I know when I ran it the first time, I think I was in like 4th, 5th grade when it first happened the first year. And I was like, wow, this is going to get big. And hey, it grows just like in FFA in the state conference. It's going bigger, and we hopefully want to continue it for future years.
Absolutely.
That is very inspiring that you guys were able to grow something as small as that into basically your whole community as a part of it now.
Yeah.
What was the most fun or memorable agriculture activity or event that you guy took part of? Whether that's MFE ALA, obviously state conference is a huge one. But what is something that had like the biggest impact on you guys
This year?
at all? Any year?
When it comes to, I always get asked that question. I would say my biggest event that I've ever been to, or like just impacted me, was definitely my freshman year at state conference. My sister was the reason why I joined FFA, but I never knew like the full grasp of what really it was, and I just wanted to join it because of my sister, and I always wanted to be like my sister. But the first time I stepped into the first session, I kid you not, I just got like energy pushed on me, everything, and everybody was so excited to be there. And I know how rough it was for quarantine, especially for me, 7th grade and 8th grade, having to sit at home. And I've always been a social kid, and it was not it for me. And so being able to be in an arena with 7,000 kids was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And every time I think about that and see how far I've grown, and this is my last state conference, so it's kind of like a bittersweet moment. Like, I was here 4 years ago as a little baby freshman. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and now I'm gonna go pursue agriculture education at Fresno State. So it's a full circle.
Absolutely.
Well, here I am, the baby freshman, following her footsteps to pick back. Obviously, state conference, there's multiple days to come, but I think for me, it's definitely Creed. It's the hard work, the independence and leadership that it has to offer, especially in my ag leadership class, room 208 at Pioneer Valley High School, with my former ag teacher, Mr. Ponce.
I ain't retired yet, dude. Come on.
Oh, you said that in the car you wanted to. Anyways, yeah, speaking of what he said, I think he wants to retire next year. But anyways, I think just every day giving it in front of 30 kids in the classroom, and then going to give it on stage, and then moving on the regionals, also placing top 5. And I just thought, like, this is the energy I want to bring for when I do more competitions, when I go into, sales, and also these kind of conferences. And I think it should encourage everyone to be able to go out there and speak, because it does take a lot of courage. And I just like being social.
And like he mentioned, how he was able to go up in front of our leadership class, I would say we are definitely very privileged to have an ag leadership class. I know a lot of chapters don't, but Mr. Ponce over here, likes to bite at our butts and have us
Yeah,
always
that's right.
practice, and we're very grateful, and we're very spoiled to have that and be able to practice, because there's a lot of kids that don't have that time, and we get extra time.
Absolutely.
So I think we're
Right.
definitely grateful for that.
Yeah.
It's very admirable that you guys can recognize the fact that you guys are privileged in that sense. But what's an example of teamwork that you guys have been a part of, and how that has helped your chapter achieve a pretty big goal, or just a goal that was something that you guys maybe thought that wasn't going to happen, but ended up did happening?
Well, being in my 4 years, I've been in a lot, and I mean a lot of teams. I feel like I'm like Ponce, like I'm ready to retire. But I would say, honestly, Our biggest team that I've been a part of is the Ag Leadership class. We have about like 40, 30 students. That's a lot of brains and ideas, which is hard to get things done, but not in our case. I would say our biggest success in my personal experience was our last year's banquet. Our last year's banquet was beautiful, beautiful decorations. Our theme was Enchanted Forest, I believe, and everything was just perfectly done. No one was mad at each other. Everybody was having a good time. We had everything organized, and it was definitely like, wow, we did this. And you know, end of the year banquets are always reflecting on what we've done. And that year, it was amazing. I know that we reflected on us winning state for citrus. I was a part of that team, and being able to experience that up there was like, wow, I finally did it. You know, so definitely being a part of the Ag Leadership class, it's very hard because there's so many awesome ideas out there, but we make it work.
Yeah, I think a goal definitely is in our Ag Leadership class, the leadership and independence it takes. I mean, you can't just have someone, like Mr. Ponce always says, you can't have someone telling you, you got to do it, you got to do it. You got to take that initiative to yourself and do it. And especially, I think what we have cool is different jobs in that class. So we have an outreach program that goes to a few of our junior highs that show them what leadership is and what FFA is. And also definitely our food committee and our social media. If you guys are out there, follow Pioneer Valley FFA. And
On TikTok too.
Yes. And then yeah, it's just the things like that, and everyone takes a part in it. And there's at least 6 to 7 people per job, and it takes a lot of leadership and communication that we have, and it's a great way to make things run smooth. Definitely our monthly meetings is a big goal. We always try to run smoothly. And as each meeting has gone from September on, we've gotten more and more students that we've either not seen or have never participated in. They're out there participating, and we're like, wow, this is amazing. And we hope to continue to grow it and keep those jobs in line.
Yes. Being an advisor and being an ag teacher, how does it feel to watch people go from being a quote-unquote little baby freshman into becoming a senior and possibly even changing their career paths to be in agriculture because of something like FFA?
I think that's why we do our job. I think that's why we become ag teachers, to make a difference, make an impact, and you know, it's beautiful. We could make it very ag-related and say it's like a seed and watch it grow. Whatever they come in with, they get to open their eyes and see what FFA and ag can do for them. And if it goes in ag or a non-ag career, it's still special. Their time that they do spend in the Blue Jackets, I think that's super cool just to watch. And I tell them, everyone stays the same age in my classroom. I'm the only one getting older because
That's right.
it's just like a cycle. We see it over again. So each time we get a new crop come in, it's cool to see the beginning. And then as they graduate this year, whether it's their last banquet, last state conference, hopefully they remember all the memories they have. I think that's what's cool about this is I've enjoyed every aspect of teaching and watching their growth, watching them succeed and fail, and I think that's what brings pride to us as teachers as these guys and all the other members across the state that are really enjoying and benefiting from what agriculture can do.
I agree 100%. Funny that you say that quote. My ag teacher used to say the same thing about all of us staying the same age and he's the only one getting older.
It's funny.
Well, thank you so much for taking some time to join us today. It was very interesting to hear about your guys' chapter, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you guys. Remember, Pioneer Valley.